Today we're going to talk about farmers cleaning and sharpening the tools so that every year when we use them, it's like the first time you just opened it out of the plastic.
So these are going to break down. They're not going to do their job right. This has a sharp edge on it. Almost all of the hose that you guys work with do. When you build a nice flat bed like that and you have a sharp edge, and when little weed seeds start to germinate, all I need to do is just pet the soil. I'm petting it. But when it's dull like this, the only way I can get it to work is by digging and having to use a lot of pressure. When I got a nice, when I build a good bed and it's dried out like this, you've got your beets coming up, and this has got a nice hard little crust on the top of it, and I can just scrape the top of it if I keep it sharp and clean. The core concept that I usually have is first I want to get dirt off of it. So I was using this hoe right here. So the first thing I'm going to do when I get done using this garden hoe, the first thing, I'm going to get like a putty knife. I like this one right here. Okay? And I'm just going to get off as much of that physical debris as I can on both sides. Okay? After I've scraped off the tool, some steel wool, and I'm just going to try to rub it off. This one is already too rusted. That isn't going to work. Okay? I might, if this was clean and I'm just getting it out of the field, I've scraped it and I'm wiping it. This one is so rusty, I've got a little batch here of some cleaning vinegar diluted with water. And I put one of these really rusty hose in there about an hour ago. And you'll see it's still. At this point, I can go back at it with the steel wool. And I can see that some of that's coming off. Now, if I dip it again, it's starting to clean up a little bit. Okay? Other options. A steel wire brush like this. I'm starting to get some of it off. I'll dip it in this soapy water. I'm starting to get some of it off. Okay, the last thing I'm going to do that is a little bit more mechanized is you can buy these little steel brushes. Because we were using a tilter, I'm going to take it down a little bit. That's good. The handle, what did we say? Did we say that we thought the handle would feel good in our hands? No, it's not going to. It's too dry. It's cracking. I'm going to have to replace it, and I better oil it. That's a good idea. But before I oil it, I'm going to sandpaper. This is a medium grit sandpaper. I'm going to kind of like make it. It works kind of better if you wrap it like this. Linseed oil, all natural product. This is not boiled linseed oil that you would get at Home Depot. The reason why this is a little bit harder to find. Go ahead, pick it up. Take a look at it. Open it up. It comes from flaxseed. It's also called flaxseed oil. I have, this is called polymerized linseed oil. They heat it up. They heat it up, but they don't add any solvents to it. So it dries a little bit quicker than raw linseed oil or raw flaxseed oil. And I can just lather it on here. And I'll probably have to let this sit about 8 hours. You've got a bevel right here. It's probably about 30 degrees. And so on this tool, I would use a hand mill file. I think this is an 8-inch and that's a 10-inch. And one side's a little smoother and one side's a little rougher. Start with the rougher side and just follow that edge.
The key on hand files is that you want to try to get the entire edge in one sweep. One stroke, yep. So you gotta kind of, depending on how long your blade is.